Hello traders. This is the second review of the Hercules Gold Expert Advisor. In this video, I'll be discussing the results of the forward test I conducted over 43 days. Additionally, I'll be performing a backtest with initial capital of $100, $200, $500, and $25,000 for a prop firm account. Here, we'll explore the recommended settings for running this expert advisor, which is optimized for the gold/USD pair with a daily time frame. The expert advisor comes equipped with risk management settings, with the default risk per trade set at 1%. Moreover, the developer has already conducted a backtest, the results of which can be seen here. With $500 in capital, a profit of $1,272 was generated. Quite an impressive outcome. Now, let's dive into the forward test results that I ran over 43 days. With a $500 balance, the current drawdown stands at 6%, while profit growth is at 4.81%. Let me show you the expert advisor settings I used. As you can see in this MetaTrader 4 terminal, there are pending orders in place, 2 sell stops and 2 buy stops. This EA operates on a pending order mechanism, using the gold/USD pair with a daily time frame as per the developer's suggestion. I've set the risk to 1% with a $500 capital. The win rate for these 43 days was 52%, with a total of 25 trades executed. Now let's review the floating trade duration. The longest floating trade lasted about 3 hours and 48 minutes. The lot size ranged from 0.01 to 0.01. The estimated profit from these settings is about 850 pips, with a gain of over $8, and the stop loss was around 750 pips, or approximately $7. Depending on market conditions, the take profit and stop loss can vary, but for the purpose of this analysis, the take profit is set at 850 pips and the stop loss at 750 pips. I started the CA in July. In July, the profit was 3.2%, and in August it was 1.5%. While the profit isn't particularly high, one of the key advantages of this expert advisor is that it doesn't employ martingale strategies. It also has risk management settings per trade, along with defined take profit and stop loss. Next, I'll conduct a backtest. I'll begin with $100 in capital and a maximum risk of 5% per trade. You can see here that the backtest is in progress. If you're interested in trying out this expert advisor, you can download it from the MetaTrader 4 Market tab. Present, this EA is still available for free. For optimal trading results, it's recommended to use a fast VPS with low latency. I've included a link to a VPS provider in the video description, with plans starting at just 90 cents USD. As shown here, with $100 in capital and a 5% risk per trade, the generated profit is $219, with a drawdown of 27%, or $91. Naturally, if you aim for higher profits, you'll need to invest a larger capital. If you're facing capital limitations, you might want to consider trying a prop firm challenge. With just $100, you could potentially secure a prop firm account. I've also listed some recommended prop firms in the video description. Next up is the second backtest. I'll be running the backtest with $25,000 like a prop firm account, and the risk per trade is set at 3%. Here are the results. The profit generated is $2,762, with a maximum drawdown of just 3.87%. The largest consecutive loss was 9 trades, with a total negative value of $616. Here you can see the trade history with 9 consecutive losses. From a 0.10 lot size, the loss amounted to around -$75. However, the expert advisor also achieved quite a few consecutive wins, balancing the losses. Now, I'll try a backtest with $500 and a high-risk setting, with a risk per trade of 50%. This is the high-risk mode. I want to observe the potential drawdown when using a high-risk setting. Here are the results. With $500 in capital, the profit can reach up to $1,982, but the potential drawdown is quite high at 62%, or $1,646. The largest consecutive loss was 9 trades, with a total negative value of $365. The maximum consecutive wins were 6 trades, with a gain of $1,165. Next, I'll conduct a backtest with $200 in capital and a risk per trade set at 50%. Let's see the results. The profit generated is $765, with a drawdown of 63%, or about $664. The results for consecutive losses and wins remain consistent. Now, I'll attempt a backtest with $200 and a risk setting of 30%. I've lowered the risk to assess the drawdown impact. The profit generated was $351, and the drawdown was $207, or roughly 36%. So, what happens if we run a 200% risk per trade? I'll also test this extreme scenario. With $200 and a 200% risk per trade, no profit was generated. Instead, there was a loss of -$79. Likewise, with risk settings at 100% and 80%, similar losses were recorded. Alright, these are the results from the forward test of the Hercules Gold Expert Advisor, a system that operates without employing the Martingale strategy. In addition to Hercules Gold, there is another expert advisor that also avoids using Martingale, namely the top-bottom EA. This particular EA has garnered positive reviews from its users, achieving a rating of 4.67 out of 5 stars. The top-bottom expert advisor is designed to operate across 3 recommended currency pairs. Ideally, profit growth does not always follow a steady upward trajectory but rather fluctuates depending on market conditions. A perfect EA curve often fluctuates, rising and falling in cycles of growth. Only Martingale-based strategies show a straight upward curve, yet they are always at risk of returning to zero. According to the forward test conducted by the developer, the top-bottom expert advisor has achieved a profit growth of 391%. It has been actively trading in the Forex market for 284 weeks, starting with an initial capital of $20, supplemented with an additional $269, and generating a profit of $2,178. Trading commenced in 2019 and has continued up to the present day in 2024. From the trading history, we can clearly observe that no Martingale strategy is in play in any of the trades. Each trade is executed with a fixed lot size of 0.15, particularly on the GUPCAD pair and other selected pairs. The GUPCAD pair alone has yielded a profit of $1,200 from a total of 1,277 trades. In the backtest I conducted, with an initial capital of $200 and settings for compound interest set to true and risk at 40%, the results were impressive, with minimal risk exposure and a remarkably low drawdown. Here, we can see the profits amounting to $454 from a starting capital of $200, with a drawdown of just 1.23%. The maximum consecutive losses and consecutive wins extended to 64 trades. From both the backtest results and the forward test over 284 weeks, the credibility of this expert advisor in the Forex market is evident. It can generate consistent profits while maintaining a low drawdown risk. Now, as we approach the conclusion of this video, I'll provide a summary of both the Hercules Gold and top-bottom expert advisors. Both systems have proven capable of delivering steady profits without relying on the Martingale mechanism. What I would particularly like to emphasize is the aspect of risk. Here, I've compiled data on the potential drawdown based on a 1-year backtest. I hope this video review has provided you with valuable insights. Thank you for watching until the end.